What's up, y'all? It's Emile, Ennis Jr. back here with Clevver News. And despite Prince Harry and Meghan Markle being officially done with their royal duties, apparently Queen Elizabeth still has a say in the business opportunities that these two can take. We all know that earlier this year, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle famously left the UK and the royal family behind to move to California to start a new chapter together. And while they were hoping for more autonomy over their lives, apparently their big move doesn't mean the Queen won't still have a say in what they do. According to royal experts, journalists, and podcast hosts Roberta Fiorito and Rachel Bowie, Meghan and Harry couldn't just start signing multi-million-dollar deals with Netflix and Disney. Instead, they had to consult with Queen Elizabeth about their post-royal career plans and have those plans approved by Her Royal Highness. And while it seems like everything has been going smoothly for the former royals on the business front, the Queen actually rejected their original plan. When they left the UK at first, Meghan and Harry wanted to form a global brand called Sussex Royal, alluding to their Duke and Duchess of Sussex titles. They famously used Sussex Royal as their Instagram handle, amassing over 10 million followers before they famously abandoned the account back in March. And now we know that may have had something to do with an order from Queen Elizabeth. According to the royal experts, the Queen didn't approve of the Sussex Royal brand across the board. And while it's unclear why Queen Elizabeth didn't let them create their Sussex Royal brand, it might have something to do with how she previously asked them to avoid using the word royal in their branding. So instead, Meghan and Harry went with their backup plan, which was announced earlier this month, a multi-million-dollar deal with Netflix. Not too shabby for a backup plan, right? According to the New York Times, as part of their partnership with Netflix, Meghan and Harry will produce documentaries, docuseries, feature films, scripted shows, and children's programming. Roberta and Rachel discussed the situation on their podcast saying, quote, "They also had to pivot from their full plan. They were going to do Sussex Royal, but the Queen put a stop to that. They really had a different idea in their heads in January of how this would all go. So I'm curious how long the Netflix deal has been in discussions, but I feel like they have made things happen." And like the royal experts said, we don't know exactly how long Meghan and Harry worked with Netflix to secure their new deal, but the Queen's reaction to their original plan definitely seemed to play a role in how they announced their new venture. According to The Sun, Meghan and Harry allegedly didn't tell the Queen before making the Netflix news public because they didn't want anything to jeopardize the multi-million-dollar deal. A source spoke to The Sun about the situation saying, quote, "The Queen's view is simple. The royals are not for sale, and danger surrounds high-profile roles outside of the institution itself. But knowing her grandson Harry as she does, the Queen will know there would have been little chance of talking Harry and Meghan out of it." And since this news broke, fans have had a lot to say on Twitter about Harry and Meghan's Netflix deal. One person wrote, quote, "The more I still try to support Meghan and Harry because I think Meghan is a trailblazer and role model for many women, the harder they make it. I really hope some of the headlines I'm seeing aren't true because going behind the Queen's back for the Netflix deal isn't cool." Another chimed in with their own prediction saying, "When Harry and Meghan have spent the Netflix money, the upkeep on their current lifestyle will bankrupt them. When that happens, they'll start selling their souls. Expect documentaries exposing every part of royal life. It's gonna get nasty." And the UK outlet Express even ran a poll asking readers if the Queen should strip Harry and Meghan of their royal titles over this Netflix deal, and 96% of the 10,000 voters said yes. So clearly people are not thrilled with how all this went down, but Harry and Meghan still seemed excited about the news, sharing this official statement about their new Netflix deal. They wrote, "Our focus will be on creating content that informs, but also gives hope. As new parents, making inspirational family programming is also important to us. Netflix's unprecedented reach will help us share impactful content that unlocks action." But for more on Meghan and Harry's new life, click right over here for another Clevver video, and then let us know your thoughts on all of this down in the comment section below. I'm your host, Emile, Ennis Jr., and I'll see you soon right back here on Clevver News. Bye, guys.